Hello, everybody. This is Miss Peachy, your physical science teacher, and I'm making this video for you because guess what? You have your first portfolio of the semester. So I wanted to make sure you got off on the right foot and knew what to do. So remember that a portfolio at WCA is kind of just a fancy word for a lab report or a paper or a project of some kind, something like that. In this case, you're actually doing a lab. The lab is called density of solids. One of the things that's kind of cool here is that you actually have, and I'm going to have a little photo bomb. I'm sorry, guys. I'm working from home, so I've got my kitty who decided to join us for the video today. So just hopefully he'll remain kind of off the side here a little bit. He gets to be a little bit insistent when it comes to trying to get attention here. But for those of you who have been students here at WCA in the past, you'll notice some differences with these labs versus some of the ones you've done. So they started a new system called Edgenuity, and it's actually really cool. I'm very excited about it because it is quite interactive. It's all virtual, so most everything you're going to be doing is on your computer. But rather than just reading and writing and watching videos, it actually has you do a lot of interactive stuff. So that's kind of neat. So here I am in lesson 4 of Unit 1 on the first slide. There are 2 slides. The first one gives you all the information, and the second slide is just a place to submit your work into the Dropbox. So going back to the first slide here, it gives you lots of different links here, right? So you're going to go through all these different links and kind of read up on them. I am not going to go through them all with you today because you don't need me to do that, but I do want to give you some highlights of some stuff you're going to see. First of all, the lab report that you actually submit is something that's going to show up under density of solids. So when you click on this part here, the introduction or the instruction part, excuse me, this is where you're going to find the downloadable link to what you're going to submit for me. Now, just to make it a little bit easier, because once you've missed that slide, it's kind of a pain to go back and try to find it. I have also put that on my website. So here on my website, if you go to the physical science link at the top of the screen and you scroll down, you're going to see that here is the actual lab report guide, the student guide, and this is what you're going to fill out and submit to me. So you can pop this thing out. It opens in Google Docs, which is kind of a nice program. I like using Google Docs. Actually opens as a viewer here. And you can either open it in Google Docs or you can download it as a Word document if you want to. I don't actually have Word on this computer, so I would open it in Google Docs. And when you open it in Google Docs, you're then just going to be able to make a copy of it and edit that copy. So you'll be able to edit this and then send me that link, or like I said, if you're opening it in Word, you save it and then you can submit that on the Dropbox as well. Okay, so that's that piece of information that's going to help you with not only this lab, but all labs going forward. And the other thing that you're going to see here is once you actually get to the virtual lab, it tells you what to do. It again opens Edgenuity, which is a kind of an outside viewer. I might have to update my internet. It's pretty slow. Now I've completed all of these. These are all different pages that you submit. When I'm all done and I try to click off of this is what happens. It goes to this weird screen that says, "We're sorry, an unexpected error has occurred." And you might be panicking that something went wrong with your computer. But this is happening with every Edgenuity lab or whatever. Every time you get to the very end of it, it goes to this error screen. And don't worry about this error screen. It actually, I don't know why it's doing it, but it doesn't have any impact on what you've done. It doesn't have any impact on completing the lab or completing the different exercises here. It's just like a really bad exit screen. So just ignore this. It really is no big deal. It's not going to make a difference in what you did, okay? So we're just going to ignore. I feel so fancy writing on the screen, even with my bad writing with my mouse, okay? So just go ahead and ignore all that. I'm just going to erase this because it won't go away, unfortunately. It's cool like that. All right. All right. So once you're done with that, again, the lab that you're going to submit, or the student guide, is what you're actually going to submit in the Dropbox, which is on the next screen here. Okay. So our next screen is the Dropbox. And if you haven't submitted anything to the Dropbox before, you just submit it, click the button, and it's just like attaching a file to an email. You're going to go to choose the file, go to your computer, find the file that you saved, and then you're going to then hit finish once you've found the correct file. Pretty simple. And then I will be able to see it. Please don't email me your labs or try to submit them in any other way. You must submit them through the Dropbox. It's just too difficult for me with 250 students to keep track of, different ways in which they're submitted. They're all in the Dropbox, and I kind of get them in a queue in my inbox or my grade book, and I can be able to grade them in the order in which they were submitted. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. I love these new Edgenuity labs. They have little videos that go with them so that it explains to you how to do the lab. So that's not a concern. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a background on, where to find your lab guide and what happens if you see that error message, because I know it might make you a bit worried. All right, have a great day. As always, if you have questions, feel free to send me a message in the webmail system. Have a great day, everyone.